and today we're gonna be checking out Even Fancier paintings. If you didn't know, I went to art school. Yeah, I know. Now you're understanding why I'm a VTuber. So, hopefully I can give some perspective on this. I won't. I don't remember anything like that happened at least a month ago.
NordVPN isn't like the other girls. Hello, Incognito Mode videos now. Alright, so the schedule for this mini-series goes like this. We did the main channel on theater.
Oh, we watched that.
An Incognito Mode on painting, which is this.
Yeah,
then there's a main channel on wine.
We watched that
and then
too!
An Incognito Mode on a bunch of stories around wine.
Oh.
And there's a main channel on things that people wear. There's a main channel on luxury goods. And then we round the whole thing off with 2 more Incognito Mode.
Dang, he's been working his butt off.
And
Working
then
the
I go
glutes.
back into cryostasis. This first section is on the basics of painting, and we were a little bit worried to show it because we kind of felt like this will split the audience. Not because it's political or anything, but because it's so basic.
Oh. Will it? I mean, maybe they could bring up like how bugs make paint and stuff. Not like they make it like, but they put the bugs in the paint.
So someone who already knows something about art would be like, yeah, of course. Why are you telling me this? But for someone like me, who knows practically zero about art, I found it really interesting. And I thought, why the heck haven't I been told this before?
Yeah.
Right? So, first section.
All right, quiet on the set.
Okay, sorry.
Basics of painting.
Action!
Oh, I am so sorry. You guys, I was not looking distinguished enough for this. Well, ba-bam! Now I look artistic.
The arts. The arts.
Arts!
Do not put an F in front of that. Worst mistake I ever made in my life.
This is stupid.
All right, first, some things that'll make you go, yeah?
Yeah?
And?
Ooh.
Or, oh,
That was
right.
close.
So look at this colorful goo.
Ew.
Paint. Delicious in both jam and chip form. But its raw components are just 2 essential things. An undissolving pigment and a medium.
Oh, yeah. Like, you use like turpentine or turpentine? I'm not sure. I remember I did a Bob Ross painting one day for stream and I was painting it with my feet. Don't ask. And I had the door closed and I had the window closed and I ended up getting zooted out of my mind.
Now, pigments are basically just colorful dust. And the medium is the liquidy thing that the dust hangs out.
Oh.
Now, the liquid determines what type of paint you have. Pigment plus water equals watercolors.
I love
Pigment
watercolor,
plus
gouache.
glue equals acrylics.
Glue is made to be eaten. Not used for acrylic.
Pigment plus oil equals oil paints.
I love oil paint.
So simple. And pigment plus, moving on. Now, the pigment
Get it out of that jar!
does not dissolve into the medium. Instead, it's just kind of suspended in it. When the pigment does dissolve into a medium, that's a dye. So that's the basic difference. Now, you have to transfer the paint onto the canvas. To do that, we need to talk tools.
Ooh!
Well, first, you can just use your fingers.
See, finger painting is actually kind of fun, though. I like it. I used to smudge all my paint with my fingers, especially in school. And then my teacher came up to me and he said, "Stop that. It's oil paints. You're going to destroy your painting." So then I had to stop. No more whimsy, no more fun.
It was good enough for the cavemen, and it's good enough for your mom. So it's good enough for us. Then we tried brushes. Now here is the anatomy of a brush. You've got the handle, the bristles, the ferrule, and the crimp. Now
Okay,
the
like
bristles
this?
are the most important.
Is this crimping?
bit. First we were just using mangled up reeds called fronds. But they got really good
Wait, was that the Friends intro?
once we started using animal hair. Have a look at some of the animals we used. Boar, taken from the neck or the back of the pig. That is the kind of brush that Van Gogh used, and it's still the gold standard for today. A goat brush. It's good, but it's not the goat.
No!
Lacks some spring. so it's mostly used for calligraphy.
Oh.
Badger. Now that's actually mostly used for shaving, not painting at all.
Really? Wait, you can use badgers for painting? I didn't know that. Some of this has got to be expensive.
Horse, raccoon, and wolf, also not great quality. But what's the worst quality of all?
Maybe octopus hair? I mean, I assume this would be pretty bad.
You know, the gutter oil of the brush world.
Or maybe like human butt hair? Yeah, pubes. I'm gonna guess pubes.
Well, the worst quality is camel hair brushes.
Oh.
And they're mostly sold as arts and crafts brushes for kids.
Oh, is this what Rose Art's using? My God, Rose Art sucked so much. You would get one of those like big packs of like basically useless brushes every year for Christmas if you said that you liked art.
But the weird thing is, camel hair is so low quality that it's not even used in brushes at all. Huh? Yes, so-called camel hair brushes are actually made from cats and rabbits and squirrels.
Base? There was a squirrel that was eating my internet for like the past, actually it was like 2 months. And it was because they were saying that it was coated in peanut oil. I don't even know why.
But that makes people kind of sad. So they changed the name to a much less cute animal and also one that's kind of exotic so you wouldn't question it. Now, what's the best brush of all?
I don't know.
What is the S tier of brushes? Those are made from sable.
Oh!
Now, sable is a...
You're so cute! Are there any sable VTubers? My God, he's adorable!
type of weasel. These are hunted for their fur for clothing.
I would cry.
But when they catch them to make clothes, they actually only want the body for the clothes, and so they discard the tail altogether.
Oh.
But those tails have the best hair for paintbrushes, and so they are snatched up by the brush makers. Now the hair is special because it has an interlocking scales that vastly increases the surface area.
Dovahkiin. I'm gonna paint this painting.
But it also holds strong in the long term. Firm and bouncy, but also soft.
It's smooth, it bounces, it moves. Only with new Tresemme Keratin Smooth.
Zootopia-ass ad! Oh no, please don't die.
And they sell for upwards of $300 a brush.
What? Who's got money for that?
All right, here's a top 10 list, sort of maybe Watch Mojo style, of the most famous paintings, and just a few interesting things about them that you
let's
may
rate
not know.
them.
Pop quiz, sports shoe wearer. Look at this painting. What does it make you feel?
Angry! Feel like I want to break something!
Too late.
Oh.
Or if you answered in time, wrong answer.
Oh.
Happy, sad. I bet those are the only two emotions you even know. The correct answer is shame, because you are embarrassing yourself. You know nothing about the arts. So it is time to look at the best paintings to
playing
ever
video games,
exist.
Darth Vader?
And let's begin with the most obscure of them all.
Okay.
Whoever this is.
The Mona Lisa! I think this may be incorrect, but like I told you guys, I wasted my money in art school. I think she's supposed to have eyebrows, but they faded. Mario! You didn't BLJ?
Ah, the Mona Lisa. Now, I thought it went first name Mona, last name Lisa. Check it out. But turns out Mona is an honorific, meaning madam. So it's Madam Lisa.
I thought she was just always moaning and bitching and whining. My bad.
Now, relatively recently, historians have figured out who she actually is, and they found out that she's married to a Florentine merchant, Francesco del Giocondo.
Oh.
So that makes her Lisa del Gioconda, and that explains the alternative title of the work, La Gioconda. Now, the reason she has her arms crossed and is
because she's cold and forgot to bring a jacket.
Little bit chubby is because she's pregnant.
What? She's preggers? I had no idea. Is there a painting of her giving birth? Okay, that sounded a little suspicious. I don't want to see that. I was just wondering.
In fact, you can kind of see that she's wearing a veil, And that particular type of veil was worn by pregnant women at the time. Her husband commissioned the painting when Da Vinci was already well known, so it would have been very expensive. And
kiss on the lips free.
that makes it very funny for a couple of reasons. One, it was never handed over to the family. Instead, Leo left it in his will to his apprentice.
Oh,
and two,
to practice probably, because I think you could like practice off of the great paintings, and basically you would just be like a photocopier. And the way you learn the techniques is somebody basically brought you in, then they would show you their paintings, and then you would just like copy it, and then you would learn how to paint off of your mentor.
Because for a couple of hundred years, the prevailing theory was that she was not an aristocratic wife, but instead a prostitute.
What? Oh my god! She was slanging her hoo-ha?
Her hair being down and her almost absent eyebrows were common traits of working girls at the time. Anyway, why is this painting so famous? Well, Da Vinci was already pretty famous, and the painting got stolen. This became a very big news story, and her face suddenly started getting plastered on a whole bunch of newspapers and wanted posters, making her very recognizable. From there, she became the most famous painting, which is why she always looks so smug. Starry Night, Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
I'm so stupid!
Painted while he was in the St. Paul de Musol Asylum. That's here. And this was the
Wait, in an asylum? Oh my god. Do you think they got painters in Arkham Asylum?
view from his bedroom window. Here is the real view a few decades later. He chose not to paint the metal bars.
Is he the guy who cut his ear off too?
Now, you can see that there are 11 stars in the sky here. Supposedly, that's reference to Joseph from the Bible. Joseph, he had a hard life. The minivan, he had a hard life too. And he hoped that he would be remembered at least once he was gone.
Oh. And I think too, I might be wrong, you can correct me. Was he also the artist that never really sold a painting, and then after he died, everybody wanted his work?
Like Joseph. And you know what? It worked out for him because everybody remembers Van Gogh, and nobody remembers the guys who bullied him and called him a ginger. Also, there's kind of a theory that he was killed by some kid. Go check out Wendigoon's channel for more information on that one.
Wendigoon! He taught me about the whale that exploded.
The birth of Venus. All right, let me tell you what's happening in this one. So, there's this lady, Venus. She is the goddess of beauty.
She's
she is
sexy.
coming up out of the ocean in a big clam, right? Now,
Yes, but she's hiding her clan because it makes you wonder, does she have a landing strip?
the clam is not a metaphor for her vagina. It's that she is the perfect pearl. Get it? Now, these two here are a divine wind.
Okay.
They are blowing her like a hot spoonful of soup towards the shore. And she is carried all the way over to the beach. And this beach, by the way, is a real place called Paphos. It's in Cyprus. Here is what it looks like in real life. Now, when she arrives on the beach, a nymph shows up, which is this lady here, and she has a cloak, and she throws the cloak over Venus, and she says, "You know what? You're very special. What?"
How many packs a day does she smoke?
One day they're gonna name a 4-blade razor after you.
Ooh! You know, the glide is pretty nice.
Arrangement in...
Wait, what did that say?
One day they're gonna name a 4-blade razor after you.
Sometimes used for shaving, you know what? Ah! I think I accidentally exposed myself! Okay, my bad. Don't think about what I said about the glide.
Arrangement in black and grey #1. Also known as Whistler's Mother. Most famous for its appearance in the Mr. Bean movie. Now, when Whistler's mother originally agreed to be painted, she agreed to be painted standing up, but she had to...
Painting old people is very hard. And painting babies, because every time you paint a baby, they can look like a demonic spawn.
to pose for so long that eventually she got quite tired and had to sit down.
Oh.
Here you go. And that became the famous pose. The Garden of Earthly Delights. All right, this one is probably my favorite because it looks like a Where's Waldo, and then the whole thing just goes completely off the rails.
Okay, CT's gonna have to speed this up, but I gotta find him.
My favorite because it looks like a Where.
CT, you're gonna have to speed this up because there's no way I can deny a Where's Waldo. Now, where is that mother sucker? There's so many stripes. Please tell me he's actually here. You already found him? No shot. Put this on like 2 times speed. She ripped a hole in there. And then also give my voice into it really fast. There's a lady in a bikini. Maybe the subtitles are covering him. Am I hot or cold? I think I'm hot and I'm cold. I'm yes and I'm no. I'm out is up and is down. I'm looking for red and white. He's behind me? No way. He's not behind me. I just looked. Nobody is behind me. Where is he? You see him? You're pretty hot. Oh, thank you. Where the hell did he go? No way you see him. You found him too? Type of you already found him. I'm an idiot. Or type of face if you found him. You don't think I'm an idiot. I'm looking. I really am looking everywhere. Guys, am I an ass? Okay, in the middle, a few inches. Okay, I'm going to look. Everybody needs a few inches. Where? No, I don't even see him! Where? Okay, hot or cold? The infamous Where's Waldo with the titties. Everybody knows about this? Okay, I'm going up. This is not Galveston. The water's way too clean. What is this like? I found him! He's right there! I found him! Okay, we can continue.
There's Waldo, and then the whole thing just goes completely off the rails. So, Mr. Hieronymus, that's a name that's going to make a comeback, is doing all of this cool surreal stuff about 500 years ago.
Whoa.
So let's start on the left.
I think he was just high. People must have been so bored back in the day. They're probably zooted out of their minds.
Here is Adam and Eve and the pre-incarnation of Jesus. And they are all hanging out in the Garden of Eden.
In
now, what's
their
going on
birthday
in the middle
suits.
of it? That's harder to explain.
Naked rodeo. Yeah.
The best theory is either that this is Eden if people were allowed back into the garden, or if they had never left in the first place, or if man had not committed original sin. But look at the size of that strawberry.
That's me! Well, that's not. I meant the berry, not the actually terrifying man on top of it. Oh,
here
don't
he
eat
is.
me! Oh,
Then
hi,
on the
Waldo. I
right-hand
found you
panel
earlier.
is hell, or at least a very bad time. This is
Waldo's
where
back.
Oddlaw would end up. That son of a bitch. Right, now, here's the interesting bit.
Okay.
It's not painted on a typical canvas. It's actually a sort of cabinet thing with 3 panels called a triptych. And the neat thing is, if you close the doors, more painting.
This is really cool. I love like mixed media stuff that's interactable. That's awesome.
That is the earth, and that is the firmament. A perfect balance between flat earth and globe theory.
Everybody wins.
Sunday afternoon on the island of Lagrange.
Oh, isn't this like the pointillism, where he painted with a bunch of little dots and then they all go together and become one big picture? It's like all of us on the snowflake.
This thing is pretty big, and here's the real-life place it was painted after. Although they've beautified it even more with the office building at the back. What you may not know is that it is actually a sequel. First, George Seurat painted the left bank, and that's where all the working class sit. You see these guys that, you know, have a bit less money and stuff. Gross! And then this is the one that you all know, and that is on the right-hand bank. And all these people are a very bougie sort. That is Scrappy-Doo. And that's a monkey.
Oh, I like monkey.
The Last Supper. Okay, so the scene is this. All the disciples are gathered around, and this is the exact moment that Jesus declares, "Hey, by the way, I know one of you betrayed me." And this is everyone's shocked reaction to the news. Except there's one guy who's just pretending to be shocked. And here is who everyone is. I thought this was Mary, by the way. Turns out that's John.
Oh,
Very
he has beautiful hair.
And that's all of the paintings, and no one has attempted one since.
Oh yeah, nobody paints anymore. That's like so 1843. Oh.
And I wake up. Quickly, flip the Nord logo, Marianas Trench. Flip it the other way.
Oh my god, I love that song.
Pyramids. He's solving the mysteries. There's not much time. I gotta log into NordVPN so the corporations can't track me. Marketing companies gang stalking me, listening to me through the walls. We found the death note. No! Wake up again. I don't have much time. The feds are at my door. Open up. I refuse to take my Nord milk pills. I wake up again. The demon in the corner of my room wants to access my NordVPN.
Walter!
I let him, because I can use it on up to 6 different devices.
Thanks, Nordman.
I know the corporations are building profiles on me. I go to Facebook, I go to Wikipedia, then suddenly I'm getting ads for feet on my Facebook.
That happened to me too, unrelated.
Big feet, big foot, big farmer. On Tuesday, I saw a red car. Coincidence? Huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months. 4 sides to a triangle.
Yes.
Coincidence? There's a guy reacting to my life in the corner right now.
That's me! Hi!
Now, 30-day money-back guarantee. What's the goddamn catch? Time's going faster than usual, and only a limited time to get a great deal on a 2-year plan.
You better
I'll wake up
hurry.
again. It's the
I'm
perfect
stressing
Christmas
out.
present. Who are you? Wait a minute.
Get out of our house! You know, my favorite thing on Christmas to get was a Nintendo DS stylus because I always chewed on mine so much that I ate them. Like, my body is 90% macroplastic, so I needed another one.
My family died in a suspicious house fire. Skinwalker in my house. Changed location to Finland. Different regions have different prices on plane tickets and hotels.
Yeah, it's
There ain't
effed
even a
up.
conspiracy. I take more microplastics so I can see through the ether.
You're coming in, Nordvan.
Pizza time.
It's pizza time! I loved him as Spider-Man. I don't care.
But they're too late. I click Hyperborea and I am untouchable. If you understood anything that happened in this ad, go to nordvpn.com/incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months. Ad over. All right, so
was
this one is
beautiful.
about how to spot a fake painting. I quite like this section.
Ooh, I learned this from Animal Crossing!
But it kind of got bogged down by all of its technical information, and it went quite long. So, here it is, for the discerning audience. How to
Okay.
spot a fake painting.
Ask it. Beautiful art.
Glug, glug, glug.
Oh! Yummers.
Oh my god. Is that a real Michelangelo?
I mean, he's beautiful.
We're here now. Quick hypothetical
Wow.
lower tax brackets. If paintings like this one or this one go for literally gajillions of dollars, that's
Yes.
USD, then
Oh, wow,
what's
that's a
to
lot.
stop someone from doing this? Then this, and then this.
It depends, like, I guess, because you gotta see how they be stroking their shit. Like, it has to be stroked good.
Then this, and then saying it's real when it ain't. You know, faking a painting. Turns out, not much at all. In fact, it can be very difficult to tell these fake-ass paintings from the ones that keep it real. There's a whole ass art to detecting these fakes. And it's become an arms race, where the authenticators find new ways of detecting, and the fakers find new ways to get around their methods.
Oh, it's like, okay, for people who are internet pilled, it's like how Twitch keeps trying to stop view bots, but then the view bots get stronger and start rolling out. So it's a competition of who innovates faster.
Technology's advanced. Do you think that makes it harder to make good forgeries?
Nah, you can beat the forensics.
So, authentication. There are 3 main categories: provenance, connoisseurship, forensics.
Okay.
Let's start in alphabetical order. Provenance. Now, provenance follows the history
that
of
alphabetical?
the painting, tracking down the previous sellers and the buyers, all the galleries that
Oh.
exhibited it, the hand-to-hand that it was passed through, all the way back to the original painter. However, the older the work, the harder it is, generally, to track the provenance.
Yeah, because, like, well, actually, do people go online to lie? I don't know. Maybe I should ask Reddit. They never lie there.
Take, for example, the most expensive painting ever sold, the Salvator Mundi, the final Da Vinci.
Wow.
Sold in 2017 for $400 million.
What?
And it can only be traced back to 1958.
So it might not
Back
even
then,
be real?
it was sold for £45. But in the other 500 years of its history, no one knew where this thing was. Even
this be a
today,
scam?
people still dispute whether it's genuine.
I think it's a real flim-flam.
And this
Damn! He spanked that thing! Whoops, whoops.
is a made-up piece of junk. I think it's fake art news. Real
Fake news.
in drag. Then it turns up in America? Really? we've wished this Da Vinci into existence.
Who's the lost Leonardo that somebody once mentioned in a book?
Provenance has gotten a lot
He's
easier
sassy.
over time. You used to have to track down books and read catalogs and stuff, but now it's all online. Control plus F, there it is. So you see, kid, there's nothing online. Nothing. Tell me who you bought this from, you son of a bitch. Where did you get this?
That's my
Tell me the name of
son.
the auction house that sold you it. Connoisseurship. Look at the work. Do you believe what you are seeing? How does it look? How does it taste? Are these ballpoint pen strokes those of a master artist?
You know, the way that he stroked the paper, it kind of reminds me of, did you guys ever have back in the day, if you're old like me, it was like little gears that you would like put next to each other, and then you would put like a pen in it and you would like swirl it around. It would make a bunch of patterns on the paper.
Luckily, there are people like Martin Kemp, who spend their whole careers focusing on single artists.
I've been dealing with Leonardo for, I suppose, about 50 years.
Well, tell him
They
I said
can pick
hi.
out the fakes. So, for example, when he was looking at La Bella Principessa, he went, yep, he uses the trois crayon. He's a left-handed artist. The proportions of the head and the face are all correct. You know what? I'm going to give this a big rubber stamp right there in the middle of the painting. Confirmed. So, for the fakers,
It's on a different layer, guys. Don't worry, you can hide the visibility.
they have to have a keen understanding of who they are copying. One of the best fakers, Almir de Hore, for example, mastered the brushstrokes of artists such as Matisse, Modigliani, and Renoir.
Well, I have a question, okay? I don't know if there's any artistes in chat, but like, I know that apprentices used to practice by painting the master paintings. So if they're copying the brushstrokes, maybe they're just apprentice paintings anyway, and nobody even knows. I don't know. There's a lot of questions.
So well that hundreds of museums are currently in possession of his works without even knowing it. Yes, well, Michelangelo is famous for his Cangiante painting techniques, and I can't see any of that here. You're 0 for 2, kid. You're going down. Forensics. This thing's going straight to the lab.
Yay!
You're about to have a paint brush up with the law. Masterpiece. More like you're a real masterpiece. Fuck you. Alright, now the people that solve murders have really changed the game when it comes to art forgeries by implementing radiocarbon dating. Radiocarbon dating. Carbon dating? Yeah, but it's not.
So it's like, I'm guessing you can tell how old the paint is?
Serious. Listen, you're made out of carbon, I'm made out of carbon. Paintings are made out of carbon. And when a thing is made out of carbon, there are these unusual isotopes of carbon-14, right?
Okay.
They're floating all throughout the air and the atmosphere. Now, all living things contain a trace of them.
And
They
his
are taken
doo-doo,
in when
too.
something eats, breathes, anything else. And that happens continuously throughout the life cycle. However,
Okay.
when the organism dies,
Is that a Whopper? Well, no, when we see the mayonnaise.
it stops taking in new carbon, right? Which means it stops taking in new carbon-14. Same thing happens to a painting. You've stopped putting paint on the thing, no more carbon. Carbon-14 is an unstable isotope, and it decays at a very
explode.
steady rate. Poof. It turns into nitrogen-14 and a beta particle.
Oh, come on. I can only buy Sigma paintings. This is ridiculous.
Beta!
And because these carbon
Amazing.
14 atoms decay at a very steady rate, in principle, you can look at the proportional number of carbon-14 atoms and determine how old something is. More carbon-14, newer painting. Less
Oh,
carbon-14, older painting. In 1985, using this technique, they caught a guy, Robert Trotter, who forged a Sarah Hahn painting.
Tase him! Tase him right now! Officer, tase that man!
Ah, far too many carbon-14 atoms. Lock 'em up, boys.
That's what I said.
But there are
Taser
even simpler
first.
methods of testing the age of a pigment. 3 Jackson Pollock paintings were found to be fake.
What? That was actually, I'm trying to think about this. If you were going to copy an already made Pollock, that would be difficult. But if you were just making your own Pollock, I mean, that can't be too hard.
When it was determined that the pigments on the canvas weren't sold until the 1960s.
Oh.
But Pollock was dead by 1956.
Oh, rip in peace.
Nowadays, there are huge pigment libraries that can be easily cross-referenced. So that shows the year a pigment was first introduced and what year it stopped being used. For example, anything that has titanium white.
Oh my God, that's Bob Ross's favorite! Titanium white.
Has to have been produced in the last 80 years. I'm going to be honest with you, kid. Michelangelo never used the yellow Crayola. X-ray. Now, you can...
I did right in my mouth. Those taste the best.
Blast this thing with some radiation and look behind the painting to see what's underneath. For example, did the artist do a sketch first? Maybe this is painted over something else. If you look behind the Mona Lisa, you can actually see that she had a much larger head once.
Oh, did she also have a larger booba? Would that be DLC?
Although maybe it just shrunk with age. And you can see that veil much more easily. Also, if you x-ray even further, you can see her fully formed skeleton. But the art forgers of today are a wily bunch. Forgers can source old canvases from the correct period. They can use error-matching pigments. Even the carbon dating can be a bit unreliable.
I'm assuming paint back in the day used to be kind of deadly. It just has like an aura to it.
Heck, even the x-rays can be bullshitted, as forgers take into account that their work will be x-rayed, as they do a sort of fake painting or sketch first, and then paint the next version.
Why does she look more smug? She's thinking something devious.
On top. Alright, kid, I'll give you $20,000 for this, or a shiny new bottle of Ritalin. Works every time.
That screen scares me.
This section is about Shakespeare. Wow, that would make so much sense for it to be in the theater video on the main channel.
Hi, Shakespeare.
This dude showed up and changed the game.
Oh my God. How does he have such beautiful hair? Maybe it's Maybelline?
Shakespeare. Here's the thing though. We basically know nothing about him.
Oh.
First, we don't know what he looked like.
Wait, so this is all fan fiction? These are headcanons?
There are two best guesses. One is from this engraving on a first folio. But that wasn't put together until 7 years after he was already dead. One of his peers, Ben Johnson, knew him though and said, yeah, it's pretty close.
Come on, he couldn't have said no, his hairline was better than that. Help a boy out.
So maybe. The second is a bust that was made for his grave. There are a bunch of others, but they weren't commissioned by Shakespeare himself. They weren't done while he was alive, and he didn't exactly stop to pose for them.
Yeah,
but
he's
these
busy.
are the ones we most recognize him by. This includes Chandos, which is probably the most recognizable.
He looks like he works at Spencer's.
So this could be him, or this could be some completely other dude, or it could be an idealized version. Now, we also don't know exactly when he was born, or when he died, or how he died. His birthday is celebrated on the 23rd of April, but there's no record of that. And then he died on the 23rd of April as well. So he died on his birthday, odd coincidence, but we know that he did...
Yeah, what if he never died? And he's like a vampire?
marry a lady named Anne Hathaway. Yes.
What?
Same as Cat...
Lucky mother sucker!
Woman, but this one was the original. We also don't even really know how to spell his name. There are tons of different signatures by him, but they're practically all spelt differently.
Oh, what?
And let's not even get started on the conspiracies of whether or not he really wrote his plays. The son of two illiterate parents from a lower-class neighborhood suddenly becoming the world's greatest playwright? Bit suspicious. Also, whether he was gay, or worse, whether he was foreign, or what the hell is going on with his grave. So if you go to the Holy Trinity Church in Stratford, there is his grave. There he lays, but there is an engraving above him. Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he who moves my bones.
Okay, that's scary. I
cursed, you see. You're not allowed to dig him up. So everyone is super spooked out by the curse, and they refuse to dig him up. So archaeologists instead have done radar scans.
Whoa.
Turns out his head is missing.
Huh? No head?
He was grave robbed in 1794.
What?
So we can't even reconstruct him that way. And they won't open
crazy.
it up for DNA tests. So it's likely that we will never know the truth. The government is hiding something. The point is, Shakespeare stole a theatre at one point. Okay, quick Shakespeare moment. In 1599, Shakespeare was working as a playwright with his acting troupe called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Now, they were leasing out a theatre in Shoreditch called the Theatre.
Oh,
Creative
fancy.
name. Anyway, they had a disagreement with the landlord, Giles Allen. Giles revoked their lease.
Asshole. Sorry, I had to let him know. Throw tomatoes! Tomato you! Tomato you!
Shakespeare and the Chamberlain's Men were not very happy about that, but they had no option but to walk away. But a few days later, in the dead of night, they came back.
What?
Now, the group met up just outside the theatre, and
They
they
started
had
kissing.
bribed the watchman to look the other way.
Isn't he in a comic book? He was off duty?
Then, with daggers and tools in hand, they broke into the theatre. Now, they weren't there to kill Giles, and they weren't there to steal stuff from the theatre. No. They were there to rob the theatre.
Huh?
They tore down the entire building, piece by piece, and they started carting it away to a
Wait, this is awesome!
warehouse. From there, they ferried it across the Thames and
No
over
shot.
to Southwark. With the materials that they stole, they constructed the Globe Theatre.
Move their Minecraft house!
And there it stood for the next 14 years
Didn't it burn down? I might be making that up.
until it
Oh.
burned down.
I didn't do it! I didn't do it!
It was a performance of Henry VIII, and a prop cannon was involved. Don't worry about that.
Don't
But then
use
it was
prop
rebuilt.
cannons. Use
But
real
then
ones.
in 1642, it was shut down again.
Oh.
But in 1997,
That's when BerryCrepe was born!
a recreation of the Globe Theatre was made once more. And in London, you can visit it today, as long as you can avoid being stabbed.
Coincidence? Oh.
And now for the best section of all.
What?
Come on, people, we're ready to shoot. Where's the pizza box with the hole in it?
This was a furry convention the entire time?
Oh, never mind, that's my cue. I gotta go. Catch you soon. Don't forget NordVPN.
That was a great video. Guys, you feel like you learned something today? I definitely did. Clappy, clappy, clappy. Amazing video. I love watching these with you guys, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and like. It helps me out. And if you would really like to go above and beyond, use code Berry at checkout for 10% off your Gamer Subs order, and it helps me one day get a Booba Cup. So thank you. Have a great evening. Goodbye, YouTube.